up on Fifth Gear Web TV, Graham from The Office takes a look at rare sports cars at the Chomley Pageant of Power. And I test an even more rare sports car, the Volkswagen BlueSport concept. Welcome to another fortnightly fix of Fifth Gear Web TV. First up, the news. We'll kick off with big news from Ferrari, which has just announced its forthcoming new model, the 458 Italia. It's a two-seater with a mid-rear mounted engine and a new compact aerodynamic shape, which has got some styling cues from the Enzo. It'll feature 3 tailpipes, aeroelastic winglets on the nose to generate downforce, and a new ECU, which Ferrari says will provide better handling and grip. It also has a brand new 4.5-litre V8, which is bigger and more powerful than the F430, but consumes less fuel and produces less carbon emissions. Ferrari has reassured fans, though, that it'll have the same prancing horse V8 growl we all know and love. It'll hit 62 miles an hour in 3.4 seconds and go on to 201 miles an hour, and will be unveiled properly in September at the Frankfurt Motor Show. Jaguar has finally unwrapped the all-new aluminium XJ. I've seen it up close and it is very impressive. Prices for the new saloon start from £52,000 for the V6 diesel and go up to 88 grand for the top of the range 470 bhp supercharged V8. It'll be built here in Britain at the firm's Castle Bromwich plant in the West Midlands. Porsche has set a new record at the world-famous Nürburgring circuit with its Panamera Turbo, the quickest variant of its super saloon. It's now the fastest 4-door production car around the German racing circuit's Nordschleife loop, setting a lap time of 7 minutes and 56 seconds. Like the 911 Turbo, the most powerful and expensive Panamera is 4-wheel drive, and with 500 brake horsepower, a top speed of 188 miles an hour, and a 0 to 60 time of just 4.2 seconds, the Panamera Turbo was able to beat the previous saloon car record holder, the Cadillac CT-SV, by just over 3 seconds. The summer is well and truly here, and for car fans that means it's showtime. So we let Graham out of the office once again to check out one of the newest shows on the circuit, the Chomley Pageant of Power.
Set in the grounds of a castle that just happens to have a racetrack in the backyard, Chomley Pageant of Power is supposed to be the ultimate festival of boys' toys. It's sort of like the Goodwood Festival of Speed, but instead of posh heritage and champagne bars, you get helicopters and powerboats. And because it's up north, there's less linen suits and the burgers are a bit cheaper too. Unsurprisingly, I want to find some of the best cars here, so I'm going to look for the fastest, the most expensive and the rarest. Let's crack on. But with hundreds of motors on display from some of the most exclusive manufacturers, finding the cream of the crop isn't going to be easy. I think I've found the most expensive car here, this Bugatti Type 59, which is estimated to be worth a cool, whisper it, £4 million. It might look a bit shabby, but as we've learnt from the X Factor, it's the backstory that counts, and this car was once owned by King Leopold of Belgium and has only covered 2,000 miles. He obviously wasn't much of a driver. So the King Leopold Bugatti takes the prize for most valuable. But what about the rarest car of the show? A lot of people are claiming to have really rare cars, but I think this one takes the biscuit. A 1934 Maserati 8CM. Apparently there are only about 5 in existence, but this one has been fitted with a pre-selector gearbox and was driven by Italian racing legend Tazio Nuvolari, so it's basically a one-off. And I have found the fastest car here. I'm a little bit disappointed, to be honest. It's the Bugatti Veyron. I was trying to find something different for you all, but I failed. At the end of the day, though, it's still got those all-famous facts. The 1,000 horsepower, 253 miles an hour. It'll run out of petrol in 12 minutes if you run at full throttle. You know what, though? I've seen it plenty of times before, and it still makes you feel a little bit naughty. So to end the Pageant of Power, I invite you all to join me in looking at the Veyron and feeling a bit naughty.
to the new car segment of the show, and this week the spotlight shines on Volkswagen and its concept sports car, the BlueSport. Underneath that stylish convertible body is a run-of-the-mill 2-litre turbo diesel engine from a Passat, and it has a very sensible stop-start system. But this is no run-of-the-mill VW because the BlueSport is also mid-engined rear-wheel drive. It'll hit 60 miles an hour in 6.2 seconds and go on to 140. So it's got sports car looks with family car running costs, 65 miles to the gallon and 113 grams per kilometre of CO2. So the question is, does economy equal fun? This is the only BlueSport in the world, so understandably Volkswagen are being a bit precious about it. They have given me a few laps of this test track here in Surrey, but I have been restricted to 62 miles an hour. Behind me is a 2-litre turbo diesel engine producing 178 brake horsepower. Now, the characteristics of a turbo diesel engine are that it gives a good amount of grunt from low down the rev range and from low speeds. But I think this engine has been slightly set upon by VW's engine department because I am not getting that grunt and oomph that I should be expecting. But the thing that I am so excited about with this car is the fact that it is rear-wheel drive, so I should be able to have some fun, even flat out at 62. The suspension is on the firm side, but I don't expect it to be set up because it's not a production car. It does feel fairly agile though, and that's helped in part due to its weight, or rather lack of it. It only weighs 1,200 kilograms, which isn't as much as a Lotus Evora. It's also lower and shorter than a Volkswagen Golf Mark 6, but it is equally as wide as one, so it's got good stability there. If you do fancy taking it for a weekend break, there is some room under the nose and behind me, right in the boot there, for a couple of weekend bags. So even though this car is a strict 2-seater, practicality has at least been considered. This is a sports car and it seems criminal not to thrash it. And we'll have to wait a bit though until we're able to do just that, because Volkswagen has yet to confirm whether or not it will go into production. If it does though, it's likely to cost around £17,000, which puts it in direct competition with Mazda's MX-5. I really like the idea of this car, but I suspect that Volkswagen will wait until one of its other partners, maybe Seat, comes on board and says, yes, I want a rear-wheel drive sports car, and then the whole project will get the green light and we will see this car in showrooms. I think VW has gauged the market brilliantly well with an eco-friendly roadster. It's just a pity we don't know when it might become a reality. For a roadster, this BlueSport has got great green credentials. Its carbon emissions are as low as much smaller cars, yet it has got big car performance and handling. If you are prepared to wait a while, then this VW will be worth it. And that's it for this edition of Web TV, but don't forget you can join us every 2 weeks, so see you in a fortnight.